everybody, what's up? It's Miss Princess Hope coming back here to give you some information, and we're gonna talk a little bit about Renegades and the TWID we got right here. So, this week in Destiny, we're having a Wednesday TWID because we in the USA celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow. And we want to give everybody, including the community team, some extra time to rest before Renegades launches next week. Yes, December 2nd is next Tuesday. So for those of us who haven't really been playing a lot of the season or took a break or even put in terms that we quit, whatever we were saying, but time flies when you are a light bearer. So let's get into this. Have you watched the latest Renegades Vidoc and trailer? I personally have not, but I will watch it and we can talk about it later on. I'll make another video for those. We have a new artifact coming, some new armor and weapons, some new seasonal armor sets, all that is coming with the Renegades upgrade. The Bungie store has some Black Friday deals and some new open access week. So here's the Vidoc if you just want to come and watch the Vidoc. I can link it on the video. And then we also have the launch trailer, which I am super duper excited for. I do believe I did watch the launch trailer. I may have just said I didn't, but I did. I am a huge Star Wars fan, and I have been my whole life. Star Wars has always been near and dear to my heart. I've always been obsessed with Padme Amidala, to Leia Organa, to a little bit later. You know, by the time I was 12, personally, I'm so little, I guess you could say, in the Star Wars world. Ahsoka Tano was my favorite and still is one of my all-time favorite characters in the Star Wars universe. So the fact that we're having this collab with Destiny 2 being my favorite game, I cannot wait. So we're going to jump into the Equilibrium Dungeon Race and Twitch drop. Evan and CB Gray will be hosting the Dungeon Zone live from the Bungie HQ. Pre-show starts at 6 a.m. Pacific time. They're going to do interviews with the Bungie developers, some Dungeon Race winners, and more. And if you want to watch it on Twitch for an hour, you will be lucky enough to win this Paranoia Pink emblem. I guess not really win, you'll just unlock it. And it looks like the official dungeon race begins at 10 Pacific globally to conquer the Renegades unique challenge for the world's first title. The world's first title will also receive what I'm going to go with is a Cabal drop pod in the style of Renegades, that older, it looks more metal-y kind of, but also has that engram shape kind of, but I'm going to go with it's a Cabal drop pod versus an engram. So as you can see, it's got the world's first with the, there's 3 names, so it'll put your fire team name on there, which will be super cute. You can register in this form right here that is on the TWID. It is mandatory that you register if you are going to compete. So we also do have the Renegades artifact that is coming. So no better time to talk about it than now to shake the new meta for the next few months. So it has some potent boosts for Guardian Kinetic, Arc, and Void toolkits while also focusing on making your weapon the most dependable tools. These weapons are your life. Try not to lose them. This is what Shax would say. To pair with Guardian's Practic Blade comes the trio sword mods, emphasizing unique strike combos to gain potent payouts, such as increasing damage, unstoppable capabilities, or a whirlwind of blades surrounding the user. So this Practic Blade that they're talking about, if you haven't seen the video, is the lightsaber that you will be having in the game. We focus more heavily on the kinetic as a focused element with the mod. So it looks like we have an anti-barrier hand cannon, an anti-barrier sniper, an overload pulse rifle, an overload submachine gun, an unstoppable bow. We have impact shock and gravity on your helmet mod. Can combine with the elemental siphons, the gravitic, volatic charge, arc and void super. You get a maximum number of stacks for your armor charge. That'll be great. Expert handling, will give you the weapon final blows, grant a stacking bonus, and swords gain guard resistance. Now, I have heard that the lightsaber is best used for guarding versus actually fighting. So that is definitely going to be a big thing right there. The fastest draw of the first shot shortly after reloading or readying your weapon is a precision hit. You get flinch resistance. And then for the elemental siphon, you have rapid final blows with a kinetic weapon or a weapon matching your equipped super to create an elemental pickup. We have this power from pain. Rapid final blows against weakened combatants grant you devour. Reposit, you get light and heavy attack stun on shielding combatants after guarding. This is also good against unstoppable champions. We have reload at range, precision hits with bows and sniper rifles grant a stacking bonus, kinetic synthesis, damage, and rapid final blows have a chance to generate unique ammo bricks, and you will get kinetic damage if you get it. Press the advantage, breaking combatant shield grants increased weapon stability, handling, and reload speed. So the dielectric is defeating arc debuff targets, granting bolt charge, rapidly defeating arc debuff targets, spawn an orb of power, and heals a small portion of your health. The armor smith, where breaking combatant shield grants you damage resistance and increases melee damage. That'll be really, really nice as an arc hunter to do that slide melee. I can't remember what it's called right now, but that would be fun with that. Counter energy. When you are a member of your fire team stuns a champion, you gain energy for your least charged ability. Combination Argent Blade is briefly paused after executing a light attack. Then follow it up with a light or heavy attack to empower your sword for a short time, granting it bonus damage and charge rate. Singularity Blade, while you have a void elemental buff, melee and sword hits weaken targets, while melee and sword final blows create a weakening burst. Finally, in our fifth column, we have Void Infestation, where defeating a weakened target spawns a tracking projectile that weakens other targets. Sword Storm combo, performing 3 sword light attacks followed by a heavy attack summons Penumbral Blaze that surround you and damage and disorient combatants. Sword final blows extend duration during these Penumbral Blades. That sounds really dope. Makes me think of the Marvel Zombies thing that I have been up to. But anyway, the Sniper's Meditation, sniper rifle hits grant stacking sniper rifle damage, stability, and reload bonuses. For a short time, heavy ammo sniper rifle hits count as more than one hit. Kinetic Rupture is kinetic weapon damage against a powerful combatant. Has a chance to create a kinetic rupture. Targeting this rupture causes a damaging explosion that staggers combatants. This is another great ability to use against unstoppable champions. And lastly, we have the Elemental Orbs Arc. Arc weapon final blows have a chance to spawn an Arctic Elemental Orb. Arc orbs can be thrown or shot to create an arc explosion that jolts targets it damage. All right. So blasters are a new type of weapon that rely on heat-based firing and reload system that replaces traditional magazines. Believe us when we say this. They hit hard, very hard. Don't miss our first ever legendary heavy ammo sniper rifle. So these do look pretty good. I'm going to go with, this is a sidearm. This is the hand cannon maybe, but this also looks like a hand cannon. I'm going to go with this as a secondary hand cannon. This is a primary hand cannon. This looks like a pulse rifle. This is a sniper right here. And then I'm going to go with this as a shotgun. So the difference for these being heat-based is that, you know, you can shoot, but then when you need to reload, it's going to like take your hand off, do that little shake, and take a second, which is a big thing on how they've wanted to put the Star Wars emphasis into this. The Practic Blade being the lightsaber that we were talking about, this DLC, is the Practic Blade, an exotic kinetic sword that uses special ammo. Its blade reflects enemy projectiles. You can throw it at enemies for a ton of damage. And of course, it's a sword, so you can use it to strike enemies at close quarters. You will also get your own Practic blade during the Renegades campaign, and it's very customizable, which is great. I do like the green lightsaber. As I said, I'm an Ahsoka Tano fan. This does look really good. I do enjoy it. I love they have the crystal in the end and the light flashing right here. So at your service, we really appreciated Lazaku's help in the past, and it seems we're getting more when Renegades launches. Service of Lazaku is one of the new exotics coming in with Renegades. It's a machine gun that takes inspiration in the Hive brood weavers, and it creates nest of threadlings you can shoot to spawn more and control an area. I do like that it's green. I like this one better than this one. New Trials of Osiris rewards. Renegades brings an update to the rewards that Saint 14 will be giving away in Trials of Osiris. For starters, there's new armor sets available called the new Demotic set. Here's a first look at how Hunter, Warlock, and Titans look. So this is the Warlock right here. This is the Hunter, and this is the Titan. So it has the armor bonuses, the 2-piece Paroli, primary ammo weapons, gain a bonus flinch resistance after sliding. Wonderful in Trials. The 4-piece is the Martingale. Your weapons gain a temporary increase to handling and aim down sights. Speed when an ally is defeated or you revive an ally. Very nice. Now let's talk about weapons. Start with the reprised ones. The Immortal Strand lightweight frame submachine gun that took over Trials is coming back, it looks like. The Astral Horizon, the shotgun that took over Trials, is coming back. And the Cataphract, which is the stranded grenade launcher that everybody went crazy for PvE and raids. As well as dungeons, I should say. The new additions is the Martlet, the Void lightweight frame pulse rifle, and the Corundrum hammer, strand adaptive frame hand cannon. These do look beautiful for Trials. Trials always has some very nice weapons. I do like the little like water kind of aspect in that. That's pretty neat. Beyond weapons and armor, we have some updates on some of the most exclusive items Saint 14 has to offer. The Benevolence of the Nine Shader, the Heretic Shell, the Chitin King Ship, and the Sun Chaser Sparrow. The new Shader, Ghost Shell Ship, and Sparrow will be dropping from the Flawless chest. So please remember to pick out the correct passage so you can enter the lighthouse for a chance to earn them. Trials will be back starting December 12th, a week after Renegades launches, which is next week. And every weekend we will have its own featured weapon, starting with the Corundrum hammer. I don't know why I can't say that. And followed by the Martlet on December 19th. Be ready. New armor sets in Renegades, just in case you missed them during our Renegades developer live stream. Here are 3 armor refreshes we showcased during the broadcast. These new sets will be available in Vanguard Ops, Pinnacle Ops, and Crucible. We are Suros. You'll love them. So this is a Suros style armor. Right here is the Hunter. I always love to have the Hunter symbol on my arms, and these don't look too big. I don't know if this is a female, but as a female Hunter, I don't like the big arms. The Titan ones also don't look too big, and the Warlock is looking good over there. All right, these also look crazy. So obviously we have the Titan right here. This is the Warlock. And then I'm going to go with this is the Hunter right here. I do like the straps on the boots, all the differences in these. It's kind of carny style, I would say, carnival with the lines. It does make me laugh, give you that jester kind of appearance. And then the Crucible armor for the Suros. Very red, very white. So we have the Warlock right here with the Hunter right here. Looks like it might have the points on the cloak. And then the Titan, the shoulders are a little too big for my interest, but most Titans do like the bigger shoulders. So donning armor and weapons. We have a new donning armor set to preview along with new and reprised weapons. Our yearly winter event, the donning. Kicks off on December 16th and runs for 3 weeks. We have a detailed preview on what's new in the Dawning this year coming up before you can say cookies. All right, so we have the armor right here with the Hunter, the Warlock, and the Titan. These are some pretty great looking armor sets. I think the helmet is really funny, so it looks like the helmet is going to be across all the characters. The cloak looks different. That bond does look very similar to the arms on the Titan. Very nice. Here it is. It looks like in a different color. It looks like we do have the kind of polar bear aspect, I would assume, is what they're kind of going for. So it's going to have the bear feet. And then now that we've shared some of our final previews for Renegades, it says we can go over what we've revealed in case you need a refresher. So if you want to go and look through, we have everything that they're going to talk about: the content calendar, the first Vidoc, the Equilibrium dungeon, no power resets happening, the new orders system, buffs returning players, 300 more spaces in your vault, some exotic ornament customizations, some Vanguard alerts, weapons tuning preview, armor tuning previews, and abilities tuning preview. It is also Black Friday in the stores, so it looks like they have a $7.77 flat rate for shipping. This is a wonderful emblem for those of you who like skulls and think those are very cool. Look like there's some retired rewards, buy one, get one free emblem pins. It's also open access, so the Edge of Fate is free to play from December 2nd to December 9th. Destiny 2 and all current available dungeons. So all currency, weapons, armor, titles, and triumph and cosmetics that players earn during this week will be theirs to keep forever. Have fun, make it count, and don't forget to tell your friends. So it looks like Renegades is launching at 11 a.m. Pacific, but will be taken offline at 7:55. Actually, it looks like, never mind. Players will be able to start playing at 9 a.m. I apologize for update 9.50. Players will be able to get in at 9 a.m. Pacific and will be kicked off at 7:55 a.m. Pacific. You can preload the game. Below are how you preload it. So if you're on the PlayStation, you go to options, check updates under Destiny 2. You can do the preload on November 30th, 8 a.m. Pacific. For Xbox, it looks like you can do it 8 a.m. Pacific on December 2nd, which I believe is when it comes out. So it looks like there's no real preload for Xbox, no real preload for Steam or the Epic's Game Store. This is how big the sizes will be. So the final size of your game, if you're on PlayStation, will be 173.50 gigabytes. PlayStation 4, 172.50 gigabytes. If you're on the Series X and S, it'll be 171.11 gigabytes. The Xbox One, it will be 161.02. Steam, it's 170.30. Epic Game Store, 170.04. And Microsoft Store, 159.33 gigabyte. There's a long list of known issues. The Adrenaline Junkie is not activating by kills from the Helion. Submersion bolts appear in the air after reloading with the auto-loading holster. Desert Perpetual Vendor is checking for space in the kinetic slot inventory instead of the energy slot when attempting to purchase the raid versions of Sempiternal. Occasional audio dropouts and PvP. Xbox players have game performance issues with the hollow foil radiance and the ribbon tail. Tier 5 call to arms weapons can drop with the visual issue, causing incorrect display as a tier 6 weapon. That's hilarious. Coil's not giving enough revive tokens, which makes it difficult. Contest of Elders is applying negative modifiers that are not outlined or selected in specific rooms. Hunter's Prismatic Grenade will dislodge from an enemy if it is subsequently hit with an area denial frame grenade launcher. Arc chaining for the lethal current aspect is not activating combination blow. Players who earn the epic raid version of Cusp Sempiternal are unable to purchase higher tier versions from the raid vendor. Heavy crossbows are not piercing non-champion immunity shields with anti-barrier bow equipped. The lower portion of the chroma cloak robes do not receive the intended VFX when activating Transcendence. The competitive Spirit Glove ornaments create floating textures, and we've deployed a fix for a rare crash bug related to activity bubbles on Kepler. Artist of the week right here. Purdy. Got the movie of the week. And the last TWIDs before Renegades is coming to an end. Only a few more days until you experience what's next for Destiny 2 and get your hands on the blasters and your very own Proactic Blade lightsaber, is what they should put. We hope you're as excited as we are that you have a great time discovering everything our latest expansion has to offer. There are breathtaking places to visit, as many heroes as villains to meet. New Cabal Imperium to take down. If you hear yourself making wom wom noises while playing, don't worry much. You won't be the only one. Lightsaber noise going away. Destiny 2 community team. All right, guys. So that was pretty much the whole TWID for this week. We will be getting back into Destiny here shortly. Had a lot going on, but catch you on the flip side. Bye.